Do you feel stuck in a rut? Are you feeling blocked, unfulfilled, or unhappy in life? Well, our next guest is here to help you with the process of achieving balance.
Welcome, Trent.
Oftentimes we are so busy working and caring for others that we neglect ourselves and forget to do the simple things that bring us joy. Before the end of this day, I encourage you to jot down 10 activities that you enjoy and love doing. Think about the things that bring a huge smile to your face, and then simply write them down without judgment. Once that list is completed, pick 2 of the activities and make a commitment to complete them within a week. Once you do this, you will soon realize your life is more joyful. After all, in order to enjoy life, you must do the things that bring you joy. So, go ahead and try this exercise. What do you got to lose?
What are the qualifications of a life coach?
I bring into my practice my background in human resources. I also have my master's in spiritual psychology. I also have a degree in divinity, as well as a certified drug and alcohol counselor. So I bring a lot of different qualifications to the table that most traditional life coaches do not have.
Those are great qualifications.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Trent is a life coach. Tell us what that means.
My philosophy of life coaching, Joey, is that I help people remove whatever obstacle gets in the way of them having whatever they want in life and truly living a life of joy and freedom. And I firmly believe that we can have anything that we dream of.
That's it.
If you focus on the thoughts that are working for you inside of our head, focus on them and only them, the experience outside of ourselves will be positive. Like attracts like. Energetically, we will then attract people, places, and things to us that match that joyful, high-level energy vibration. So that's why it's very important that we focus on what we want in life, not what we don't want in life. It's important to be able to acknowledge that who we are and our positive attributes, and that's not being arrogant. It simply is acknowledging yourself for who and what you are, which then makes you feel better about yourself, which means that you can then go and touch other people with that same level of energy. I help people practically apply these spiritual principles that we've been hearing forever. Eckhart Tolle, Gary Zukav, Marianne Williamson, all these brilliant authors, Don Miguel Ruiz. They have these brilliant pieces of work with amazing information, but sometimes they don't go the next step to actually help people practically apply them into their life. Okay. Triple A's for the Soul, Your Pathway to Personal Freedom. And what the book is 12 chapters, each including an article about life, a suggested affirmation to recite while you are dealing with that article, and then suggested action steps that you take in order to work through the process. And my promise is, if you follow, per my suggestion, to read one article to completion, focus on the affirmation for a while, and then complete every single action step, that at the end of that 12-chapter book, that you will find freedom from personal limitation. I'm very fortunate that I counsel teenagers. And actually, they're the at-risk youth population. And I'm fortunate that I'm able to help them at that age catch some of the beliefs that are not working for them.
Let's talk about what a life coach does.
What a life coach does is ideally help people identify the things that are getting in the way of their life, happening in a joyful and loving way.
Sure. What is the most common thing that keeps us from getting what we really want in life?
Believe it or not, it's our fear. Fear of the unknown. See, our ego tries to keep us in a very safe space in the familiar. And what we do as life coaches or therapists or what have you is to help people identify what that fear looks and feels like for them, so hopefully they can overcome it and walk through that fear to have really whatever they want. Fear is holding us back from getting whatever we want because it's not known. It's that unfamiliar space.
Sure.
And so what we help people do is identify what is right behind fear. Traditionally is excitement of actually getting all the things that they want. And so we really help people identify what their goals are, and then we walk towards those goals coming to fruition, and then we deal with the obstacles that come up that are getting in the way of that.
Is there things parents can do to help their kids sort of instill the values that you're trying to do now later in life?
Absolutely. What can parents do is really teach them the importance of holding themselves accountable for their actions. The idea of do unto others as you'd want done to yourself.
Sure.
Because if we all understand that whenever we do something, there is a consequence, and if the consequence might be negative, to stop doing that, then I think a lot of the behavior that are happening in the world today would stop and cease because of that reason.
What impact do these wildfires and the coverage on television all week have on kids, and what can parents do to help their children cope in the wake of this tragedy that so many of them have learned so much about? Joining us live to discuss this from our newsroom, life coach Trent Blanchard. Trent, thanks so much for being with us. For the sake of discussion, I'd like to talk about, say, kids 12 and under. Can they see too much of this devastation on television?
Absolutely, Chris. One of the things that I always encourage parents to do when they're dealing with situations like this with such devastation is really try to the best of their ability limit what they're seeing in the media, on the news, and also in newspapers, because that only exacerbates the fear that these children are already experiencing. And we need to talk to the children about what's happening and let them vocalize their fear, so hopefully we'll be able to process that together. We don't really have much control over what happens in life, but we do have control over how we're responding to it. Fear is fear, and I think one of the most important things that we can do is discuss and talk about the fear, so hopefully the kids can move through it and really feel that they are safe.
And welcome back. As the holiday season shifts into full swing, tomorrow Thanksgiving, so too, sadly, do the holiday blues at times. It is a very, very real thing.
What happens is that around the holidays we have so many expectations about how the holidays should look, and we try to make them so perfect that we then get totally stressed out, which of course brings a kind of a fog of depression over us, and we really have to look at that and look at not making the holidays so perfect, but just really making them memorable. Be present for the holidays as they are today. Enjoy your family, create traditions that are inexpensive and easy, because truly it's the moments that we spend, not the money and the gifts that we buy, that really are memorable in the long run.
What about young people? Can they get down? Can they get blue during the holidays too?
I don't think that issue discriminates, quite frankly. I think that anyone who has perhaps had any sadness in their life around the holidays can really miss loved ones and really and have some blues around that. So again, it's about being in the present moment and really trying to enjoy your friends and family as much as you possibly can, and be grateful. And be grateful, that always is the key. The worst thing that we could do is isolate ourselves. You know, talk to a friend, talk to a parent, a teacher, a clergy, a life coach, a therapist, to really help you get through what a time that really can be challenging for a lot of people.
Maybe what you need is a life coach. You are like a spiritual coach? Is that what it would be? Life coach?
I'm a life coach, and I help people remove the obstacles that get in the way of fulfilling their dreams, because I believe we all have dreams that were given to us, and it's up to us really to bring them to fruition.
I got a good coach.
Yes, you sure do. You sure do.
Trent Blanchard, he's just a wonderful guy. He's changed my life, and I'm sure he's going to change yours. Follow Trent Blanchard. He's a babe. Look at him.
Thank you.